welcome back to another video, and thank you for joining me for the next round of Whorl quest. So as you can tell, I decided to go ahead and do the melee DPS, and we're going to be playing through it as a samurai. I don't know why, I just felt that it just felt right. Storm clouds brewing. The Limsa delegate would entreat your aid in dealing with a grave threat back home. Claire, on behalf of Merlwyb Bloefhiswyn, I thank you for your many deeds in service to Limsa. On behalf of my people, I thank you for your efforts in delivering the star from catastrophe. Unfortunately, we have received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those that plague Radz-at-Hans have been sighted on the Limsa coast. The Admiral has mustered the maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat, yet there is much we do not understand about our foe, and as such, your expertise in this area would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? Well, I wouldn't be here if I wasn't, so wouldn't be much of a hero if I refused, would I? Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to hear your knowledge and martial prowess on our side, I am certain. Pray set forth for Limsa as soon as you are able. The Secretariat at Maelstrom Command will apprise you of the details upon your arrival. Okay, I have a feeling that this is going to be an interesting one. I've always liked the Admiral, I really do. She's just one of those... she's one of those strong women who is kick-ass and does not take any crap from anyone. So yeah, I've always really liked the Admiral. But as to the storyline, I'm completely at a loss. So let's go back to the castle. So I wonder how Limsa's been faring all this time, like especially since during the final days and everything. I don't think we really heard from her, like, we saw her briefly during the main scenario, but even then, it was just like for a few minutes. Just when they were discussing the whole idea of the contingent to head off to Ishabard. I think that's the last time that we actually spoke with her. At least that's what I can recall. Anyway, let's see what they have to say. Our man at Radz-at-Hans told us to expect you. I'll inform the Admiral of your arrival. Glad you could join us, Claire. I only wish it were under better circumstances. The grave news from the bounty has not escaped our ears. I can scarce begin to imagine the horrors you've witnessed there. Although you and the Scions have averted the final days, blasphemies continue to appear in certain regions, Hildebrand among them. Tell her what we know. The first report came a few days ago, with one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source, the Sahagin. We've been treating their temper for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. Oh, that's a really good thing to hear. It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports in all their alarming detail. They speak of a most dreadful sight, their spawn brothers transforming into horrific beasts before their very eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incidents in Radz-at-Hans to be mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of these beasts, a blasphemy as it was decided we would call them, prowls our waters as we speak. We may have been spared the final days, but so long as this abomination remains to harry us, we cannot truly say the storm has passed. Fortunately, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy within the city. Nevertheless, if we are to spare our people the horror that befalled Radz-at-Hans, the fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch large numbers of troops, we just run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. As such, Merlwyb Bloefhiswyn has decided to keep those involved to a minimum and lead the investigation herself. And I would have you at my side. What say you? You have my thanks. We will depart at once to meet with our Sahagin allies and gather what knowledge we can, that we might diverge a proper plan of attack. They are due to arrive at South Tidegate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. Oh, that is very interesting. Yeah, because the Admiral has arranged for a meeting to take place with our Sahagin collaborators at South Tidegate. Pray join her there as soon as you are able. Alright, let's go. Yeah, because out of all the three main city-states at least, Limsa was the one that had the most difficulty with their beastmen, because they had two different beastmen on both sides. They had the Kobold and the Sahagin. And we came to a kind of understanding with the Kobold, at the very least. We were able to take care of that little issue back in... where was it? Yes, it was in 5.4. So we came to at least a kind of understanding with the Kobolds. So we came to at least a somewhat of an understanding with the Kobolds, but they didn't really mention the Sahagin, so I guess we're finally addressing that. Let's head on out. Can't wait to see how this is all going to unfold. It's well past our agreed upon meeting time, but the Sahagin are nowhere to be seen. They did not seem the sort to break their word, this bold ill. Let us leave this place to the guards and search Halfstone for any sign of them. Yeah, Merlwyb is definitely taking a much more hands-on approach when it comes to dealing with the Beastmen. At least a much more diplomatic approach. And I really like that. Before it was all like launching attack after attack. What is this thing? Whorl is in danger. Quickly, to his aid. Oh, so that's the name of the second one then. I think. Okay, so let's head on down here. Oh, I see him. Oh, I saw the eyeball and I thought that he was being attacked by the eyeball. Oh, I was so disappointed. I really thought that the Sahagin was like from the beast tribe that we did, like the tribe quest. Nove was his name. I think his name was Nove. Darn it. I would have loved to have seen him again, like, play an active part in this whole thing. That would have been really nice. Okay, you alright? Many thanks, Shorewalker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? The Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings indeed. You two have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before those beasts return. Yeah, I'm sure she had no problem taking care of that thing. Yep. Had the Admiral not come to our rescue when she did, I shudder to think what would have happened. Relieved I am to see you both are safe. Everyone still alive? Good. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside quickly. Thank you, my friends. The ghastly beast would have made short work if you not interfered. And yet it brought me no joy to watch them die, for unbelievable as it may sound, until a short time ago, they were none other than our very own spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not. Aye, 'twas no curse, 'twas an evil like no other, innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts called blasphemies. Blasphemies. Pray tell us more. That would be your area of expertise, Claire. Turned into beasts by the power of despair. That is horrifying indeed. Thus far, the phenomena here in La Noscea has been limited to the Sahagin. Why is that? Wow, that's very interesting. Cannot say, yet I was wondering if the crushing tide are involved in some way. I know not of this crushing tide. Word of them has yet to reach you, I see. All began when the Indigo matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. Tragic as it was, there was one small solace that she was not fond of shore walkers, and so deprived of her leadership, more of my kind came to see wisdom in making peace with La Noscea. There remains, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group called the Crushing Tide. Even now they seek to summon the Lord of the Whorl anew and consign all finless ones unto the briny deep. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do not but gnash their teeth in desperation. And you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of their transformations. Just so. Those are our spawn brothers who turned into those beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Yes, we all must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. Tell me this, are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned states, might they not listen to reason? Were it only so simple, all but a few are long since cured. They walk this path of their own free will. In that case, they may yet be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of our Nazian's alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us, for this woman has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. Many, many times. The great Claire Fay in the flesh. Honored am I to stand in your presence. Together we will weather this storm and usher in a new age of harmony. This I swear. There is much to be done. For now, let us return to our homes and prepare as best we can for the trials ahead. Should we discover aught of value, we'll be sure to share it with you. I ask that you do the same. indeed we shall. Until such time, I watch over my spawn brothers and pray that no more succumb to the change. We're gonna see a lot more of Sahagin, and we're gonna have to talk like them the whole time, aren't we? It kills my throat. But it looks like this quest is just about over. I'm not surprised. It's just really opening everything up and just kind of making an introduction. So at least we have a basic idea of what's going on now. So this is all about helping the Sahagin, because it's really to the Sahagin that the changes are happening. And I guess I can understand that. I mean, there's still that long grudge between the two of them because of the spawning grounds. Their spawning grounds were destroyed during the calamity, and so they kind of claimed like Halfstone as their own, and that it was kind of seen as an invasion. So the Limsans actually see like their desperate struggle for survival as them starting to invade, and that's kind of what kind of triggered this whole thing between them. But it is nice to hear that at least most of their kind have been cured from their tempering. So with their minds like back to normal, they are starting to see more reason into the whole concept of making peace. And it seems that Limsa is also kind of struggling. And it's also nice to see that Limsa is also reaching out in a much more, I guess, friendly way. Let's go ahead and finish up this quest. Hello? There you go. Welcome back. Thanks to you and Whorl, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. There's a daunting task that lies before us. We'll continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Once we've located the blasphemy, I will have need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Alright! So the next quest, the Crushing Tide. So it looks like we're going to be meeting with the Crushing Tide members. At least that's what I'm guessing. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for right now. I think it's a successful beginning, and I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. So until next time, everyone.